And we're here with Ona from Ona's Tarot.
Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's just like the perfect Sunday night thing for me to do.
That Sunday night, let loose, have some laughs.
Jenny, I just noticed your banner says petty boots, but then there's another word there. What is that? Piats?
Piats, because
what is that? What does that mean?
It's AI. And you know how sometimes it gives you an extra finger. Well, sometimes it can't spell petty.
Piats. Petty Piats boots.
Piats.
Interesting. Oh. You know what? I just noticed that.
I just noticed it. Because Johnny was with us right before we went live. He's not with us now because he was doing stuff. But it was covering up that right there on the bottom left-hand corner. Yeah. So I didn't see it.
It's like you can't correct it once it generates it. It's like it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Warnings for those using AI.
I have a real problem with it because I had some inaccurate information. I trusted it too much. And then when I went to audit it was a nightmare. Nightmare.
There's doctors that are facing lawsuits now that are using tools that use AI that are miscalculating things. It's like you go in for surgery, tell them, make sure you're not using anything that uses AI. Use a real machine that tells you where your instruments are.
That's just
scary.
That's very scary because, like, you know, this new tech revolution, they're looking to get rid of a bunch of regular white-collar jobs and make them all AI. And they're talking about really important stuff, lawyers and all this other stuff. It's like, so what happens when you lose a case? Who you're going to sue? The AI company? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know,
it's another filter.
It's insanity. It's absolute insanity. And then it makes me think of like that movie, The Matrix. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be the batteries.
This is a Matrix glitch. Piats.
You know. So
well, so Miss Ona, what's going on with you?
I am just getting back on schedule to what I contracted to do, which is Saturdays and Sundays. So I have time during the week to engage myself in my passion, my art. I will be artist of the season in the spring at the art studio here a couple blocks away, and am very excited about that.
That's awesome.
Giblets has his own old man issues going on, so forgive me if I have to run and put a diaper on him.
Okay, thank you, Abigail. Becca, what you got going on?
Nothing. I took Braxy to the beach yesterday, and then she went to the groomers today, and so she's got a pretty hot pink bandana because they ran out of the holiday ones or winter ones, but nothing.
Well, I'm still in repair hell, if you don't mind me talking for a second.
Go ahead.
So they opened up the hole bigger over the stairwell to the cellar to get to the pipe, right? And they had to also rip out part of the wall plaster to let the walls dry out. Discovered I still had some old post and tube electric, which scares the crap out of me. That was hidden, you know, like nobody would have ever seen it. And there was a frayed out wire in the wall. So I had to have an electrician over to do some rewiring where, you know, wouldn't have known it unless I had a hole in the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the plumber was trying to, he got to where the leak was right over the stairs. And I mean, it blew out a whole big section of the copper piping, like a big hole. It's no wonder the water was like just pouring down. He said, well, it connects into the shower pipe. He said, I'm going to have to open up part of the kitchen ceiling to get to the rest of the pipe to get it all out. And I was like, okay, no problem, right? Because it's like fiberboard ceiling or whatever. The kitchen was has been messed with several times. So he opens it up, and there's this white tile in there above the ceiling, like 8 inches above it. So they had dropped a ceiling at some point, and he said, that looks like asbestos tiling. So we had the asbestos testers back in Thursday. But they already tested the walls. There's no asbestos in the walls, but we had them back in. If that is asbestos tiling, we'll be in hazmats getting it out of the ceiling. If it's not, then the plumber can come back in, finish his thing, and then I have to get the rebuild guys in. I'm like, it's just on and on and on. I am like, thank God, I have water on the main floor because we got the shut-off valves fixed to the second floor. I have a bathtub with a handheld shower. I have my kitchen sink. I have a toilet. But I'd love to take an overhead shower again.
Now,
How old is your house?
It was built in 1862 when Lincoln was president. Yeah.
like when we had,
My house was built 4 years before asbestos started being used in the US. So I had hopes there was no asbestos. I was thrilled when they said, yeah, no asbestos in the wall. Well, we don't know. I mean, what could have happened is, as the house settled, maybe they got some cracks in the ceiling. So they put these tiles up there to cover the cracks, but we don't know if they're asbestos or not. The good news was the guy who came to do the testing said that he thought the tiles looked too thin to be asbestos tiles, but we'll see. I get the results tomorrow, probably.
yeah, like when we had our roof leak, that was over 3 months worth of repairs. 3 months, and we didn't even have to deal with the asbestos stuff. It was all water mitigation,
Yeah.
remediation. But
The water remediation went fast. Like, I keep trying to schedule them on my days off. But occasionally somebody has to come, and then I have to reschedule, reading appointments that I'm doing. So I've been juggling my schedule around. Thank you so much to those who have let me juggle your appointment times. But yeah, I haven't had a guitar lesson in 3 weeks. I'm probably missing this week too. So a whole month of missing my lessons.
damn,
It's been like that.
It's just crazy.
Yes, it's been like that. I had a full-time while they're trying to hire a manager, and I was crying on the stairs a couple of times. It was rough.
I know that the astrology this month is pretty wild.
I think we're good. I think we got a good taste of the hump and what we're seeing. Now Mercury goes retrograde this week.
Yep.
So a little bit of, oh shit, did I do that? Or, kind of try and remember hard.
Can you repeat that again? Because you cut out. What was it?
Remembering things might be hard.
Yeah, I've been a little scatterbrained. It's like, wait, who is this? When somebody calls me. So if you'd like to support the Jen Lynn Plumbing Project, please book a reading with Jen Lynn Tarot at jenlyntarot.com. Because like the electrical part, because it wasn't caused by a pipe freezing, that's out of my pocket. My insurance isn't covering that. So there was, $2,000 of electric work I had to have done. It was crazy. But if I hadn't had the pipe freeze, I wouldn't have seen there was literally a frayed wire in the wall that could have been a house fire. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing the insurance to cover it because of that, but I doubt if they'll cover it. Wow. So
Man,
we still have the lunar eclipse coming, right, Ona?
March 3rd. Yes.
From what I've been seeing, it looks like it impacts Trump's chart like crazy. It also impacts the U.S. Sibley chart.
I hope he goes back to the mud. That would be nice.
I have to do something about that too. My kid is asking me what's going on with that. I'm like, I'm just so over it. Like I can't, I'm exhausted. I did my best magic.
Honey, every time I go to the store and get Cheetos, I'm smashing the shit out of them. Okay, like, because I'm not about to spend money on that piece of crap getting a voodoo doll. I just use Cheetos, but hopefully he goes back to the mud soon and bury him face down so that bastard doesn't come back up. Face down.
So we're going to start there because recently he said again, I'm probably not getting into heaven, but I had a good time. That's all that was important to him. And then when he said also, I'm allowed to destroy the country and the world. I don't care. I won't be here. I won't be here.
I didn't hear the I won't be here part. I heard the part where he felt
he said he could he said it several times, but there's an actual clip where he said, I don't care. I won't be here. So my question is, does he know he's going soon? Does he know his time is down to the minutes? Tick tock, tick tock.
You all get your Cheetos and your freaking voodoo dolls, man. I can't take this stuff no more.
If you did not see him walking down from the airplane down the stairs with Melania and clutching her arm all the way down, like he cannot walk downstairs. He's clutched and she's letting him. She's like stiffened her arm and is helping him down the stairs because the man can't walk. He's gonna face.
I hope
stroke.
I hope she has bruises. I hope she has big old huge bruises because she's not a good person either.
No,
at all.
The former Epstein girl. Does he know he's going soon? That he had a good time. Yeah, you had a good time raping and pillaging and being a pedophile and being a criminal. You had a good time. Yeah, it's a shame the rest of us didn't. That's all that matters to him, is that he had a good time.
I'm just going to ask if he's terminally ill. That's what I'm going to ask. And wherever that
he knows the stuff he's done will keep him out of heaven.
Wherever that little blood clot is, I know you can do it. I know there's a brain. Well, the brain is a stretch, okay? But either way, please, I know you can do it, little clot. We're all rooting for you.
Mm-hmm.
Nona, do you want to go?
Oh, he also commented, by the way, on after he came down the stairs and he was talking to the press, he's like, you have to take stairs slow. It's not a race. Yeah, so he's excusing his feebleness.
All I'm gonna say right now is there's that one staffer that could do us all a favor and just
one of his grandkids, just boop. Do a little Lavana on him.
Oops. He must have tripped over his shoelaces. His ankles were too big and the shoelaces came undone.
What you got, Oda?
What card is that?
This is the tarot.
Oh, okay.
Temperance. So he knows this is a timing thing. He's feeling it. And Malaria knows, she's aware. She's waiting.
She's counting down.
Waiting for this to happen. And he is, and here, this is the Four of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Very controlling about it.
As narcissists are, they try to control when they die.
I got a word to have with the Grim Reaper, dude, because he's been making the rounds, and it's like, buddy, you're getting the wrong people. Okay.
Yeah.
I asked if he's terminal. I'm getting a yes. What's interesting is we have the mountain, the scythe, the tree. This is the health card. Okay. So in regards to health, there's something, the mountain is the head and the brain that's sharp, like an accident. So maybe like an aneurysm, a stroke or something, but it's in the head and it's sudden, but he's terminal that way. So all I'm saying is somebody, when he's walking down those stairs, just,
Yep.
you don't even have to shove. You can just, you know.
A little elbow to the side would probably do it. He's looking to his future. Does he know? Yes, I think he's been told by doctors and hospitals. He's concerned about his image, which is why he's putting his picture up all over DC, right? He knows he's going to the crypt. And he's feeling alone and isolated. I'm getting there's a strong chance of a stroke here. His balance is way, way, way off. And of course, he's got his dietary issues. So he's got stuff going on in his circulatory system. So he knows.
I saw somebody in the chat saying at the State of the Union, girl, that would be fantastical. I don't want him passing away peacefully in his sleep. No, I want it in front of the cameras while he's throwing a fit. Just,
well, you know. Speaking of State of the Union, because he's been bad-mouthing the justices, of course, who are going to sit right in front of him at the State of the Union. Now, MeidasTouch has an alternative, the People's State of the Union going on, kind of like Kid Rock did their alternative to the Super Bowl thing. MeidasTouch is doing an alternative, and a lot of the Democrats are boycotting the State of the Union and are going to be on MeidasTouch's People's State of the Union. But first thing I want to know about Trump, and I won't watch him in real time. I'm not going to give him the, what do you call it? The surveys or whatever, where they watch how many people watched him. I'll watch it later. But I want to know, is he, how the justices are going to react to him, because you know he's going to lash out to them right to their face.
He called them out in that interview. They're a disgrace. This, that,
and mentioned their their kids, their families, should be embarrassed, and like he's sicking people on them like he does everybody. And he's got other court cases that are going to the Supreme Court. So he's sitting there bashing them, and he's got other cases that go in front of these people. It's stupid.
But that's how he operates, Jen. We've seen it for how many, a decade now? So what was the question?
How would the justices react to his State of the Union in general? We know there's three that'll always support him.
Varder.
He thinks they may be regretting that immunity they gave him. What you get, Nona?
They're all watching them at the bar. Yeah, they're at the bar. I got Deception. This is the Bosch deck. There's the ass who's talking right out of his butt. And they're all drunk at the bar, groping people they shouldn't be. There he is. He's right there.
The clown.
Yep. And then I got the Page of Skates would be like the Page of Swords. It's an air thing where he's kind of just not mature enough to say what he's saying. It doesn't match.
He's going to be slurring his words. Like when he was trying to do, there was a press briefing that he was trying to read, and he was and he had to stop himself because he at least was cognizant enough to know that what just came out of your mouth was, you couldn't understand it, you know?
That's who's talking. And then they're just going to pay, and then the Queen of Coins. So it looks like they're just paying. Getting paid off, or, getting some kind of, getting close enough to give him a pat on the back.
What you getting, Becca?
How are they going to react? The House, the Rider, the Ring, the Moon, and the Cross. They're going to be professional about it, but they're going to have their reputation and their legacy bashed. They're going to suffer from what he's addressing. The news that he brings forward is, if this is a commitment, a promise, an agreement of your profession and your reputation, it takes a huge hit with the Cross there. It's burdensome, you know. And you know what? Say what you will about Trump, but they earned it.
Yep.
Because they had to twist themselves into knots to come up with some bull crap about, well, it's the state's rights to ban abortion care for women. They did all this on their own.
Yeah.
All of it on their own. So
Their reputation was preceded.
Mhm.
I get to look at him as a very unbalanced man, lots of lies, the loser. What they hope is that Trump supporters see him crashing. So that tells me they think he's just having like a total meltdown. So they hope that that brings changes in his use of words, and in his immaturity. The other thing is that he's going to be stuck with those justices in court, and they will come back again with victory over him. So it's almost like they're going to, in some ways, try to reel him in a little bit.
They can't, though.
They can't. It's up to Congress to reel him in.
Yeah, and they have, just like right now where he's defying a Supreme Court order, they have no way of enforcing that. That's Congress's job, and the Congress isn't going to, lower and upper chamber aren't going to do, well, maybe the upper chamber, because they're looking at the midterms a lot more critically than the House. But with Mike Johnson in a position of power, there ain't nothing that's going to happen. Nothing. So
I think it's going to be pre-recorded.
It very well may be,
because he's not okay. He's not okay.
He's falling asleep standing up at press conferences.
How could it be
standing up? Like he's gonna fall over one day.
Tell me more about Sleepy Joe. Tell me more about Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe can't stay awake in a beach chair on the beach. Hello, he was on vacation. You're relaxing.
Sleepy Joe was on a bicycle, and Trump is falling asleep shitting his diapers during a press briefing, and they had to clear. They literally had to clear a room.
He falls asleep with world leaders and everything. So my question is, what will the viral meme be about from the State of the Union? What's going to go viral from his speech? What's going to be the moment that goes viral? Is it sharding himself in front of everybody? Is it falling asleep while he's giving his speech?
That's such a great.
What's the viral moment? Yeah, he's falling asleep like horses do, standing up. Yeah, it's so funny because he's on the Epstein list over 1 million times, and we only have 2% of the files. It's like, can you imagine? He's in the Epstein files 20 billion, 30 billion, 20 trillion. You know, I'm going to use a Trump number. He's in there so many times it's not even funny.
I think it's going to be. Sorry, I didn't. Go ahead, Ona. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I get the lilies, the heart, the tree, the storks, and the child. There's a couple of things here. One of them the focus of it might be the health issue, heart health, or something to do with the legs. But the main focus is the health issue, but also affairs and the pregnancy of a child. And the lilies is here, so I would venture to say the survivors that were trafficked and allegations of pregnancies and all that stuff. So, and we know before, breaking news, they're tampering with evidence. We knew this before they even released it. He had 1,000 FBI agents working around the clock with no overtime pay to scrub the files. So now we're supposed to be, oh, wow, breaking news. They scrubbed you told us this months ago.
Yeah.
You told us it's not breaking news. We knew about this 6 months ago. You know, so I don't know if some of the women, the female survivors are going to be there, because I have 2 PIP cards that are females and 2 PIPs that are male. One a king and one's a jack, but the other 2 are females. So it's like, I don't know if they're planning on having these women in attendance, but it's circling around his health and survivors of affairs and pregnancies, but there's women there as well. So hopefully he strokes out, or hopefully he trips and falls and has a heart attack on his way to the podium. You know, that's just me. That's just me, but
That's bad.
What you get, Nona?
I've got the Fool. So he's acting acting foolish. The Strength card, which could be something that you admire. It's pretty interesting. It's also the Heart, right? It's at the 7 of very
Ooh, you're fading in and out, Ona.
sorry. It's because the dog is in my way.
Oh, sorry. 7 of Cups and what?
He's very tangential.
that makes sense. That makes sense. Do you get that he's acting childish too? Because I got the child in mind, so I went with grown women pregnancies, but it could also be that he's acting very childish, like a child, like he's regressing to like a 2 or 3-year-old, you know.
And then I get the World card, so like it's over. Like we just know it's over.
And I got the Storks too, and that's dancing. So maybe he breaks out into his childish dance. What do we call it, Jen? We call it his blowjob dance, where he's going like
His camel jerk off dance.
his
Jerking off his camels.
You know,
over in Saudi Arabia. He's I think he'll be like grabbing at words, like trying to find his words. Definitely some of that. Whatever it is, it gets the attention of both people on both sides of the aisle. I'm getting, he'll talk about his family inheritance and his family watching him the loser, because he's getting ready to go. So I think he's going to be talking about heaven again. Is Van Stinkle meme. Lucky girl.
Do we know? Because I got the last were the tree, the storks, the child, and that makes me remember, because I've gotten the storks and child. That means pregnancies, but during his first term, I had gotten that, and I didn't realize it till later. The flying baby, that flying baby that they had in the UK. So I'm wondering if I didn't get cards for protest, but maybe there's going to be some flying babies around.
Oh, some balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever this is, it's going to grow. Yeah, a lot of lies, a lot of lies. He could have a like mini stroke or something and can't finish.
From your words, from your lips to God's ears, Jen.
Something that affects the head, so he may not get to complete the speech is what I'm getting. But to Ona's point, like we all know from how he talks that he's done. He's toast.
From your lips to the goddess's ears, because I'm telling you, I can't with this man anymore. I can't. I am exhausted.
So the royalty formerly known as Prince, kind of like the artist formerly known as Prince, arrested for giving trade secrets to Epstein. Will he?
Isn't that some crap though, Jenny? When I saw the news and I texted you guys, I just saw that he was arrested, and Johnny replied to that text and they said, yeah, for trading secrets. And I had to go back and I read once all the real reporting started coming out. Yeah, not because he was graping minors, but it was because he was giving out secrets.
But that would be easier to prove, right? Because the graping is a he said, she said war. So, like, if they want to lock him up, that's an assured thing, like getting Al Capone on tax evasion. So, I want to know, will they also indict him for sex with minors? Will that come up? Because the low-hanging fruit is the trade secrets. And also, it's very easy to look at money files and bank files and stuff. I have a few questions on him. So we're going to start here. It was great that they did it to him on his birthday. Thank you, Tort. Yeah. The other thing is, like he had Ghislaine at the Buckingham Palace when the Queen was up in Scotland one time or several times. What you getting?
What you getting, Nona? What you getting?
This is the Nine of Water, but you see how the shadow, right? So reflecting that, like that dark side, that childlike figure, the Chariot. So I'm like, ooh, yes. Yeah, I see that there's a lot of movement really quick in that. And then I stopped pulling cards after this one.
Oh, isn't that a pretty picture? That's a very, I second that motion right there.
That's a crazy card. Well,
the mirror.
Jean-Luc, what's his name? Bornell or whatever his name was, the modeling guy that unalived himself in France. And
isn't that funny how those people just keep
unaliving themselves? Thank you, Azalea. Pipe fun, thank you. What you getting, Becca?
the key, the bouquet, the mice, it's almost like something that is very, 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 very important, that's significant, that has the answers about something that was gifted or pleasurable that brought him satisfaction is taken away. It's diminished somehow. So I'm going to take that as a no. A no, unless there is a way to tie it to corruption, because this is also corruption and waste, but just reading it right off, it's
But-
it doesn't.
That's what I'm getting, unless they can tie it to money and corruption, like giving secrets, like to their security, their national security. So what they're working on first looks like money laundering and trade secrets that he may have given up. If they can tie in the trafficking to that, and in particular for the one that's deceased, that would be Gouffre or whatever her name was.
Virginia.
Virginia Gouffre. It's going to grow around the money and documents, so emails or all kinds of communications overseas and with other leaders and stuff. That's what he's going to be the most nervous about, because that's what he's going to serve time on. And to your point, put him in jail. He can't get his little jollies off anymore. And most pedophiles do not do well in jail.
And not only,
even in the UK, they don't do well in jail.
Not just that, but, and I'm no mental health professional, but I know how to read statistics. And sexual offenders, especially child sexual offenders, is near impossible to ever rehabilitate.
Yeah.
Ever. They are, you are not safe with those people on the street. Period. I would trust a meth head over one of those people all day, every day.
Yeah.
So my next question is Fergie going to get dragged into this?
Ooh, girl.
Will she be looking at some charges? Because she had a lot of emails also.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Who's Fergie? Is that Andrew's wife?
His ex-wife. One he had children with.
This first wife, yeah. Long red hair.
Now I know who you're talking about. I know who she is, but I just didn't know where she fit into the whole.
But she was staying at him until they kicked him out of the house near Windsor. She was staying with him there. I think she's staying with one of the daughters now.
And some of the things that Virginia had to say about Andrew, like the first night that he was intimate with her, and I'm using words very loosely here to not get Jen in trouble with YouTube. I'm saying when he was intimate with her, we know that it was not because she was going along, she was trafficked. Okay, so it was against her will. But according to her and all the reports, he told her, "You're about the same age as my daughters." Think about that.
Ew.
Think about that.
I mean, it's like Trump and Ivanka.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah Ferguson's who we're talking about here. So I call her Fergie. Sarah Ferguson. She gonna get in trouble here.
Oh, she went into rehab. I was just gonna say she be drinking. She's protected somewhere but she's like boozing it up. All the rehab, I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, these guys are party people.
Oh yeah, she drinks big.
And I don't mean to sound like an a-hole, but I wouldn't be surprised if she put herself in rehab for PR purposes.
Or to escape getting
go to
arrested.
rehab today. Come on.
Yeah.
to escape getting arrested, to avoid the press. Multiple reasons. Poor me. Pity
Mhm.
trip.
100%.
In the with public opinion, oh, poor me, I was a victim too. No, you weren't.
Yeah.
She's putting down all the diagnoses that she can to get away with it for sure.
Has she got any consequences coming?
What are you getting, Nona?
She's trying to dodge the law. Hey, here she is. That's who's the Hierophant. And here's the Four of Wands and the Seven of Cups. As a drunk, okay? I knew she was perfume laced over alcohol.
She's got addiction issues, that's for sure.
I get the whip, the bouquet, the dog. So again, abuse, addiction, criticism, sex with the whip. The bouquet is pleasure. It's gifts, it's joy, dog protection. No. People are going to know that she was involved, but some way, shape, or form, she has some sort of protection where there is nothing that happens to her. Even though she was well within the sphere, but she doesn't get in trouble legally.
She, like Andrew, has probably sexual addiction issues. I mean, his what was his girlfriend's name? The former porn star Stark, something Stark.
Wait,
Remember that?
Prince
He
Andrew.
dated before he married Sarah Ferguson. What's her name? Something Stark. Y'all help me in the chat. She was a porn star that he dated back in the 80s.
I did not know that. So he really is the black sheep of the family, huh?
Koo Stark. Thank you, guys. Koo Stark. Yeah.
So he really is the sexual deviant black.
Yeah, he's always been. It's
I didn't
like,
know that.
Yep. There's a lot of evidence that they have on her, but I get like there's some kind of secret leniency that's given to her. So maybe if she talks and gives up some things, she's gonna be isolated from society forever. Her image around children, like nobody would trust her around kids ever again. She's like blocked from society. She'll probably be in and out of rehabs over addiction issues, but I don't get like an indictment coming for her.
No, and she'll go back to bed very happily in her 1,000 count Egyptian cotton freaking sheets with her butler and her millions of dollars, and she'll be just fine.
Okay.
And her sex parties and her drugs and her pills and her wine. She'll be just fine.
Care of her little self.
Yeah.
Really, honestly, I have no sympathy for the cops coming in and trying to figure out which of the 7 bedrooms you might be hiding in.
Dude, can you imagine when they go through that house, all the sex toys they're going to find? Because you cannot tell me
that they're done with those.
that those two were into some funky stuff. They
had to be, I'm sure.
So, Les Wexner testified to Congress. Of course, the GOP was a no-show. This is the man that bought Epstein's house in New York. Turned over all his handling of his finances to Epstein. And yet, I didn't know him that well, blah, blah, blah. You turned over your whole finances to him. Bullshit.
He tried to play the victim that he was conned. Yet you never tried to claw back your properties or your finances from a person that conned you. Make that make sense, Jen, please. because I'm having a very hard time wrapping my head around that bullshit. You know,
Yep.
like I just got conned after I give this guy billions of dollars and he has the rights to all my stuff.
I'm the victim.
I'm the victim, but let him hold on to that stuff until the day he
But
dies.
meanwhile, women have called you out over and over and over for doing things. So, what's the future look like for Les Wexner? He's in his 80s. Could he just serve one day in jail? Just one day before he dies.
Oh, yes.
All these gross old men.
I really blame Viagra for a lot of this. This should have been a controlled substance.
I don't know. They were doing this in the 70s and 80s and 90s before Viagra came out.
That's true.
Yeah. The date rape drug was out before Viagra, and they, according to the files, that was used quite a bit. I have to constantly remind myself there are good men out there. There are good men out there like Johnny, you know.
It's just so hard to see the blatant hypocrisy, Jen. The party that has been playing footsies with a religious extremist because that's the only way that they can win any support is somehow locking women up for miscarriages while protecting pedophiles. And the answer to all of that, to cleanse this country of our moral rot, is to put the 10 Commandments on every school. Make it make sense, because I don't get it.
The toxic masculinity that created rape culture, it just like, okay, women, you have to be trad wives, stay at home, you know, you're my hoe, you're not supposed to be out there with all the other men. And meanwhile, they can go and do whatever they want, any deviant lifestyle they want, they can do it.
Oh, you want to go grape a 9-year-old? Sure. That'll cost you a couple $100,000.
Look how many women in the Epstein files were aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or Lutnick's wife, totally aware of it.
Yep.
Didn't see her calling the FBI.
The lady, that princess from Norway, her own son just got arrested, and she and him were both doing it. Make it make sense. Because I don't get it. But somehow putting the 10 Commandments and shoving Christianity down everybody's throat is going to make everything okay. Sure.
Only if it's their version of Christianity.
Mm-hmm. And another thing about trad wives, what these morons don't understand, check your bank account. You can't afford a trad wife. I'm just saying. What you got, Ona?
So, Les Wexner, is he going to face any consequences?
He makes a deal. He makes a deal. The wild unknown. Look at him. That's his little wife in there too. And then I get a new deal, which is 20 or judgment. Right? The Knight of Pentacles. And the Six of Cups. Until he passes, which was be like what, the next 10 minutes.
Watch the stairs.
Laying on the tomb.
I guess, you know, I asked if he would go to prison or face any consequences. The man, the heart, the lilies. No.
I think he's going to die during the investigation, is what I'm getting. Like he's off to the beyond. But I do get that these women will be able to secure from his estate some money, that as grown women, that they will be able to get some payouts from his estate. So kind of like they're going after Epstein's estate, that there might be something else.
Can we ask if they're going to go after Trump's estate too? Because on top of all of the embezzling that he's doing of our taxpayer dollars in broad daylight, 10 million here, another 10 million there, a few hundred million over here, some billion there. I want to know, because they're doing a damn good job of hiding all this stuff from the public, because they know that he's guilty of sin.
Yeah, they know he helped
Oh, he did
manage this ring.
a freaking business partner.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He helped. He was a partner.
You know,
So will they go after Trump's estate?
I'm completely exonerated. Did you hear that bullshit the other day? Where he was claiming that he was completely exonerated?
Yeah. All
Yeah.
lies.
And I'm the Virgin Mary. Come on.
You're in there over 1,000,000 times more than anybody else, and you're exonerated.
And
No,
props to Ted Lieu, who stood at that podium and urged the press to review the documents, because he said that there were serious allegations of Donald Trump raping a child and Donald Trump asking for kids to be murdered. Props to Ted Lieu.
For entertainment purposes only, YouTube. Sorry that raping and molesting is entertainment.
Is Ivanka like in charge of all this stuff? Because it seems like death card. That's the first card that comes up. There he is. More.
Thank you, Cindy. There he is, looking out at.
I get a yes, it might be a while. I get the mice, the book, the stars. They're going to find a crap ton of secret corruption and a bunch of stuff that he stole. That's thievery and something stolen, and it's kept secret. So you're talking not only classified documents that he stole, but a whole bunch of other stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up finding bits to a server, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, or a tabulation machine, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Will they go after his estate? Yes, and they're going to uncover everything that piece of crap man has ever done in his entire life, ever. And then they're going to go, how the hell was this man even allowed within a 5-mile radius to the highest office of the land? And hopefully, maybe that'll make people think we should run background checks before we allow anybody near the office of the presidency ever again. Just an idea.
Yeah.
Just an idea.
Their lifestyle, everything's going to be much more transparent. It'll take a while, but there is so much evidence and communication that they find, and this to me is like a security thing. So more documents he's stolen. His image is just going to be trashed when this is over. And Melania is going to try to figure out, how do I hang on to all this? Like, do I move some more money overseas? How do I hang on to what's mine? The whole family's going to get burdened by investigations after his death. So will the women get some money out of him?
And the taxpayers better get money too, because he stole from
Yep.
all of us.
Yep.
He's currently embezzling all of our money in broad daylight.
All sitting over there in Qatar banks and
Jen, did you hear
offshore accounts.
Did you hear? I think it's the Attorney General in New Mexico is starting an investigation in Zorro Ranch to see if the allegations of the body being buried there are true. Did you see that?
Yeah. What'd you get, Ona? We skipped you, didn't we?
So I got the death card there. That's where we started. So after he dies, right? The Knight of Swords is somebody's cut off. I don't know who it is. There's a promise here that is an absolute illusion. The Moon card, the 7 of Cups back to back, no matter how you fix it, it means what he had was just an illusion. I don't think there's going to be anything there. Then the Queen of Pentacles, who could be Melania, right? She's got something. She has the 9 of Wands.
When this is all said and
Control
done,
from
they should leave that entire family penniless.
Yeah.
Every
It-
single dime that they've acquired has been stolen from
Stolen.
somebody.
It's all like a pyramid scheme. So like it's an illusion, like how he probably owns Mar-a-Lago is probably an illusion still.
And
Um,
and if we ever get an AG with some balls, even if the money is overseas in an overseas bank, they can still litigate the crap out of it to where that bank can go absolutely bankrupt. If you
Right.
can prove that the money that they're holding in their banks is illegal, was stolen, was part of a criminal scheme,
part
laundered
of laundering.
money that was made from stealing from taxpayers, money that was made from trafficking people that are small, all that stuff, that is legal grounds to claw all of that back. I don't care if you're in the Swiss Alps, so.
So your point about the New Mexico ranch, Zorro Ranch, the Texas guy who's running for a position in Texas that bought it wants to turn it into a Christian children's.
Oh, fantastic. Makes total sense.
Yeah. All that nasty stuff that went on there, and sure, let's have kids here again. Like that's where I'd want to send my Christian child. But they're going after it hot and heavy at a state level.
Mhm.
And my feeling is New York will go after, probably is still going after it at a state level. So Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, because Epstein lived, in New York also. Will we see prosecutions
For what?
from for any of Epstein's co-conspirators at a state level? Because what can happen if they do something at a state level, when we have a real DOJ again, they can also add to it federal charges. So will we see any prosecutions for Epstein co-conspirators at a state level? They start going after a couple of these people, somebody's going to start talking eventually and give up more. What y'all getting?
What you got? Oh no.
Got the Tower card. Okay, so there's going to be a change there, but you got to wait a minute. Temperance. I think this might be 3 states. 3 states might be there might be indictments coming, or 3 individuals, as long as there's enough evidence, what they've gathered. Because right now it looks like it's just chicken talk.
Mm-hmm. That's what I get. I get the cross, the clouds, the birds. Pinning anything and proving guilt is very murky. And it's murky because we don't have all the information. They're hiding it.
Yep.
So they're going to have to interview. They're going to interview until they're blue in the face and they run out of spit.
Yeah.
It's going to be, like Ona said, chicken talk.
Yeah.
Chicken talk, because it makes it very murky to pin anything on these people.
Yeah.
And it takes time to get the the records, like bank records and
And
stuff.
and even still, it's like there's stuff missing, and it's very murky. So even if you take them to court, it's the victim versus the abuser. Do you see what I'm saying? And I know that in a court of law, people tend to, especially with this stuff, are going to be. There might even be a problem finding a jury that's neutral, because everybody knows about what's going on right now with Epstein. So getting a fair jury, it's like everything is just murky, and it's going to be a lot of interviews, a lot of talking, interviews. So bank records, the full Epstein files, maybe it's hard to get a hold of these people because they're so wealthy they can just disappear. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just talk. The Epstein class, exactly. Oh, I'm going to get charged. I'll just fly over to Dubai where there's no extradition. Like it's
The Trump class. I mean, if you think about how long it took E. Jean Carroll to get Trump, that seemed to drag on forever, but she won.
Right.
She won. I do get there will be indictments for other co-conspirators. They're going after details around money right now. I'm getting, because like some money has been moved offshore. I get they get victory in getting some of the records of the money, and they're already going after it. They're already looking into it. Like you own it, I'm getting like there's two to three men that they're going after, that they will take action against, and they'll have a very strong case with those. If they get those two, then it kind of goes into the whole network. It'll open up more to the rest of the network.
Somebody in the chat was asking if E. Jean Carroll ever got her money. And I'm not sure, because he snuck into the he stole the election and snuck into the White House.
Yeah,
so I don't know if he's
got
trying to shield himself with presidential immunity. I'm a president, so I don't have to pay you now. But it's last I heard, she hasn't gotten it yet.
Now, the other thing that can happen, because we're already seeing foreign countries going after some of the co-conspirators, and we've seen some resignations and arrests in other countries. There's like 7 or 8 countries now that are investigating people connected. And when we have a real DOJ again that they would want to share with, and that we would want to share with them what's in the full Epstein files.
What hasn't been destroyed.
What hadn't been destroyed. The foreign investigations, will that lead to additional co-conspirators being
identified?
Thrown in jail. Well, convicted. With Poland and Romania and Turkey and Spain and France and England. And
you know that Poland is jumping all over it because they hate Russia. They hate Russia with the heat of a million suns. So they're jumping on everything to use as leverage against Putin and his regime.
Thank you, wordsmither.
Even though there's another country that's heavily mentioned in those files that nobody's talking about other than Thomas Massie. And I don't like his politics, but I got to give him props because he's the only one that has said that Israel is involved. Nobody else will dare open their mouth and acknowledge that. And not just here, but abroad as well. France won't say it. Spain won't say it. Poland won't. None of them will even utter that Israel was involved as well.
But he was a foreign agent.
Mm-hmm.
More indictments coming, or is it all, or more convictions coming, or is it all talk? My Three of Cups keeps showing up for the women, the victims. That's come up in almost every layout I've done tonight. So watch them, because I feel like we're going to learn even more from them.
And I mean, some of that stuff in there is disturbing.
Oh, it's awful.
It's like reading a freaking horror novel. When I was talking about the Marquis de Sade, I was like, did they read this and think it was an instruction manual? Like
Exactly.
cannibalism, all sorts of just crazy. And then we all heard what Sasha Riley had to say. And we were talking about it way before Sasha Riley came out. And I said, Jen, I wouldn't be surprised if Snuff was involved. And what happened a few weeks later? Snuff. It's like you have to think about the worst thing and then amplify it and not be surprised if it's true.
The fact that we haven't impeached a sitting president that's a pedophile, that's in the Epstein files more than 1 million times, just in the part we've seen, and it has been brought forward on rape accusations and has already been convicted of that in the Jean Carroll case. The fact that our GOP is so complicit in this is just...
The fact that he wasn't convicted in the Senate after he led an insurrection. Because of that failure, we wouldn't be here today. But anyways, what you got, Ona?
I know, right? I got this is the page of Barry. So looks like they're trying to get evidence. They also look like they could be bought. So we're talking about like Poland and foreign countries.
Yeah.
I think they could be bought because I got the Ace of Coins and the Sin of Greed.
Interesting. You know what? The only country I haven't heard at all involved in any of this is Canada. Has anybody in Canada been mentioned? Because I've seen it everywhere. I've seen it in the UK, specifically, all over the UK, Poland, and all those places. But no, I haven't seen anything about anybody in Canada being implicated in any of this stuff at all.
Yeah, not to my knowledge.
Not to my knowledge either.
Thank you, Crazy Cat Lady.
Interesting.
I think we're going to see more unalivings in prison overseas. To shut them up because they're being watched. So I do feel like globally they'll go after as many as they can. I feel like the women will be celebrating. So not all of them, but some of them will go down because justice is coming for them. So it's an incomplete list, but at this point, if you get any of them locked up, these are billionaires, it's like if you get any of them locked up, it's a miracle.
They were saying in the chat only one billionaire from Canada has been mentioned. Only one billionaire. Compared to heads of state and people in government. That's what you know what I mean? It's just like billionaires are just a sleazeball portion of the society. But a lot of these people were heads of state or involved in government some way, shape, or form. And it's like, I haven't seen any elected official or previously elected official from Canada so far. I get the dog, the fish, the child. Abroad, it could be an ally, a friend, a banker of some sort, money, shopping, trade, consultants, that sort of thing that was involved with a business venture around children. So from abroad, yes. Hedge fund managers, billionaires, but they were in the business here with children and it from allies. So yeah.
Thank you, Patty M. Going back to Zorro Ranch, which is continuing an investigation, although the guy is tearing up the property to build his Christian youth camp. In the files, it's reported that there are people buried at Zorro Ranch and also at Trump's Palos Verdes golf course. Did I get that right? In California.
Oh, which I need our AG to step up and use those. Hey, it's an allegation. We need to go check.
Right. So I want to know, will any evidence of bodies be found? Now, I grew up in East Tennessee. I went to the University of Tennessee where they have the body farm that does forensics. And they know how to look at the dirt to tell you if there was ever a body there. Like if they've dug them up and moved them, they can tell you, yes, there was a body in that dirt at some time. So whoever's doing this investigating, you need to get the Tennessee body farm people involved because they know how to do this. Will they ever find evidence of bodies on either of those two properties?
God, that's so effing morbid.
My head is itching.
That's so morbid that we're sitting here on a Sunday night.
But it's going to get more morbid, so bear with me. I feel like in order to hold people accountable, you have to look at the morbid.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying that as an, oh my God, I'm clutching my pearls. It's just that never in a million years did I ever think that we would come to this.
Yeah. It's like we knew he was
fucked,
raping and molesting.
We knew he was a fucked individual. Okay. Like I don't put anything past him.
Yeah. But to be also adding murder to it. Well, he doesn't care that people are murdered in the streets in Minneapolis. So why would he care about young girls?
He didn't care when over 1 million Americans died from COVID.
No.
His solution was hide the numbers. They'll never know.
Yeah. He didn't care about blowing innocent people up in the waters off Venezuela either.
He didn't care about the guy that lost his life at his rally so he can get a photo shoot from his fake assassination attempt. I don't put anything past him at all. What I think is morbid is that SOB was allowed to get to where he is.
I know.
That's what I think is morbid, because that in a functioning world, that should never have happened.
I'm getting 2.
Okay.
Getting 2. I've got every card that represents 2 to me. 2. There's 2 children on this. There's 2 in the 2 of cups. The temperance card is like two cups pouring back and forth. The chariot's led by 2. I'm getting 2. Dug up. And that's a yes.
What'd you get, Ona?
I have, they're trying to protect evidence. Whoever this guy is protecting that little ranch back there. This little gal by a tree. And this one knows about it, I think. And this could be like Maxwell knows about it. At least that one. And there's a whistleblower. The Knight of Cups posting about it. This would be the Knight of Cups. So somebody that's anonymous or wants to remain anonymous, posting about it. He might be in trouble.
There's someone in the chat I didn't catch the name that was saying that about 10 years ago they found a bunch of bodies close to Zorro Ranch and they thought it was a serial killer. Now they're revisiting it.
Oh wow.
It was in the chat, and I'm sorry I missed the name. But for the person in the chat that was saying, well, I'm glad this is out in the open so we can fix it. You can jail every single one of these people. The problem is not going to go away until you address the economic and political structures that have allowed it to happen.
Well, they
And that's gonna
get
take
money
a
and
long-
power, suddenly get deranged and think
That's
they're
gonna
above
take
the
a long
law.
time. That's going to take a very long time.
So one less morbid.
I didn't go.
Oh, sorry.
At the storks, the clover, and the lilies. Yeah, they're going to find a couple. It's just going to take. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. It's not going to happen next week or next month. It's going to be a minute. So that's what I get.
So one less morbid question, and then I'll try to lighten it up a little bit. It was shown that Epstein ordered like 300,000 gallons of sulfuric acid.
Yeah, I saw it. I said, what? I said, what?
What? Yeah,
What?
dissolving.
I'm sure
bodies.
I'm sure he was just using it in his fish tank or the swimming pool. Well, nothing to see here.
Well, as a reminder, Steve Bannon, his property he was renting in Florida, where he he was involved in the porn industry at one time. All these guys, they're all sick. His landlord said that the bathtub was destroyed by sulfuric acid when he moved out. He had to replace the bathtub. It came out that it was destroyed with sulfuric acid. So Steve Bannon, who's also all over the Epstein files, trying to help Epstein overcome his reputation or whatever. No, he's right there with them, Is he going to face any indictments? They should have him sitting in front of the Congressional Committee.
When they get lime instead of sulfuric acid?
Sulfuric acid is faster, isn't it? I would think. For dissolving. Gross that we would even like
this
need
is
to
like
check
a
on
true crime podcast right now. No, but we're talking about the president of the United States, everybody in his entire cabinet, and his closest friends and allies, because it's real life. It's not some made up.
And even his own children, because Eric and Don Jr. went with them a lot to Epstein Island.
Yep. And if anybody that's living in a cave was to stumble upon this stream right now or later, they would think that we're talking true crime episodes and it's just make-believe stuff,
Lime preserves, sulfuric acid destroys. Got it. Thank you to the over 2,400 that are sticking with us through this gross subject.
Give me the question again.
Shoot, I've forgotten. What did I ask? Oh, Bannon.
Is he going to be indicted?
Is Bannon going to see any indictments over the Epstein files or any of his criminal activities? Is he going back to jail is what I want to know.
Taste of that, how big guy.
You're not being blocked. We can see you just fine. Monsters communicate.
His little pardon he's got's not gonna help him.
No. He's in trouble. He's got a small window where he thinks he's okay.
that window's right now because shit's getting ready to hit the fan on him.
Shallow.
There's evidence of something that he's done. Somebody's got evidence, tangible evidence, like a video or something. Just a matter of time. They are not finished with him yet. He's in for a lot of big changes. Slovenly overindulgence with women. So I get the women have secrets on him. They're going to hang over his head, him and Trump. And he's going to be facing a lot of new charges. I don't know if you can see that justice card in there. Oops, can't get to it.
Yeah.
That's a big yes.
What did you get, Ona?
I got, he's celebrating here, like having a picnic.
At a gravesite? Is that a
At
grave?
cemetery.
Oh my God.
A very shallow grave, yes. Very shallow grave.
That's
Okay.
how gross he is. He would do a picnic at a cemetery.
Yeah, like he's celebrating, but his surroundings are not safe. The moon, here's your secrets, right? And it also represents women. 8 of Cups, I think he thinks he's getting away with something. The Knight of Pentacles. So there is something. There is some evidence there. And then that's it. It's over. The Infernal Banquet. The Infernal Banquet. They're all skeletons. Sick people. They're all sick. The devil.
He's the devil incarnate.
15. Just the devil.
I get the scythe, the ship, the letter. He's in danger because he's in the files and it has to do with trips or travel. But there's also stuff here that he's in danger for, that he's a target of, that has to do with transferring mail. So not just that's what I'm saying. He's a target because of transferred ballots or ballots that were cut off or mail that was cut off, stuff that was canceled. So, and he was never held accountable for the first time they did the insurrection. So why not do it again? And this time they did it just right, you know? So it's not just the Epstein stuff, it's other stuff too.
Remember when at Trump's inauguration, Kamala mouthed, "Justice is coming," as she was walking to her seat for Trump's inauguration? You remember that?
I saw the video, but I don't know where I know where I stand on because that was all speculation that she said justice is coming. We couldn't hear it. People were talking, snapping cameras, and lip readers said that that's what she said.
It looks like she's saying.
It looks like she said it, but I'm kind of like, okay, she said something, but I don't know if it was that. But I know what you're referring to.
Does she still believe? Does she think justice is coming? Does she think that all of this is going to come out with the elections and with the Epstein files and everything? What's she thinking right now about all this? It seems so long ago, a whole year ago, right, Sue?
This is the longest 800 years of my life. I'm telling you. I've aged at least.
I don't know if you remember in First Petty Boots of February, my meme that I had, it was, woo, January was the longest year. I thought it was interesting. There was a poll done that showed that she would cream Trump if she was running against him again.
Honey, she creamed him last time.
He did.
She creamed his ass. Like, I would be surprised if that son of a bitch got 15% of the vote.
And
I would
by
be
the way,
surprised.
yeah, I love watching Professional Aquarian. I watch her in Cosmic Owl Astrology, and they were talking about the in March, like things coming up again about the election. So watch for that
Well,
with
like
the astrology.
people are saying in the chat, they just found all those fake ballots from Elon Musk. What
Yeah.
I have not been able to verify is who those ballots were pre-filled out for. But it came from Elon Musk's super PAC. So if it was for Trump, it was to stuff fake ballots for him. Or if it was for Kamala, they could have said, oh, election
Fake ballots.
fraud. Election fraud. Yeah. You know, either way, it was illegal. And all he got was a letter of reprimand. But it opens the door for lawsuits. And in lawsuits come discovery. And with discovery comes, we want an audit.
Evidence.
We want an audit to make sure.
Yeah. Let's audit it all.
So what does Kamala think about this whole shit show?
I hope she runs again. I would much rather see her than Gavin Newsom.
I'm telling you all, be careful. Everybody's jumping on the Gavin Newsom bandwagon because he's the only one talking crap to Trump. Didn't you all learn from what was his face in New York?
Madam.
Cuomo. Everybody's so desperate for somebody to come and save us that you're ignoring stuff. Gavin Newsom is not your friend. And I say that, and he's my governor. Okay, like I'll take him because he's a psycho and he's the only one that is willing to go toe to toe with Trump and troll him. Do I want him as president? No.
You can't have Pritzker either because I don't want him to leave. Don't vote for Pritzker if he's in it. I have that there's some suspension in the justice. The Hanged Man and Justice right next to each other. There's some suspension. There's something that needs to occur, like a plan, Ace of Wands, and then the Emperor. Okay. Stubborn. He is squirting clots out of his ears, just so you know there. And Celebration. So Temperance wasn't in there, but I feel that. Like, just hang in there. Hang in there.
What you getting, Becca?
The sun, the house, the heart, the fish, the mountain. She's keeping a lid on it and not saying anything. What does she think? This could have all been avoided. There's 3 men in particular around the previous administration that she has some very heated, very passionate things that she's just not saying anything, but there's 3. The King of Hearts, the Jack of Hearts, the King of Diamonds. There's 3 people from the previous administration that she is very freaking pissed off at, but that she thinks are responsible and got us to here and helped the enemy. She's also looking at our group, the Dems, and how they're blocked from doing anything because fish is a lot, and then there's the mountain. They're not in the majority. They're being held back. But at the same time, she doesn't have faith in those people either. So there's part of her that's like, God damn it, this sucks. This could have been avoided. But I'm glad the people on my side are seeing it for what it is. I'm glad you're suffering. A little petty, if you may, because she knows that they're not in the majority, but at the same time, it's like, are you taking notes? You know what I mean? Like, are you taking notes right now? So whether that's Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, there's 3 men. There's 3 men specifically, no women, 3 men that she's looking at and going, really?
Yeah.
Really? You know, those 3 people could have also stonewalled her along with the people in the cabinet, in the administration. But she also sees families are suffering. People can't afford to buy and purchase goods, and she feels bad about it. There is a part of her that's generous, but there's no way for her to express that gratitude or that generosity because it's blocked.
It's
Do you
blocked.
see what I'm saying? So I think that she truly understands that the root cause of all of this shit is because the Dems haven't done enough. So that's why I'm getting with the sun, the heart, and the mountain. There is a part of her that's like, I hope you're taking notes and you're learning from this. Two
I-
leadership or three men that are in positions of some sort of power. But there's nothing she can do. And she sees that a lot of people in states, an abundance of people in states are they're being blocked, they're being stonewalled. The economy here is crap. People can't purchase things. You can't afford your medicine. You can't afford your groceries. You can't afford your utilities. This would be like your utilities, your water bill. Do you see what I'm saying? But there's nothing that can be done, and she recognizes that it needs an overhaul.
Yeah.
Okay, and that a majority will see this administration as an enemy. So if she can
Enemy
play,
to the people, yeah.
and if she can play her cards right and use that, and how there's three men in this read that haven't done anything, even if they're in the majority, they haven't done anything. There's three, and there's a part of her that hopes that people look at that and say, we don't want this anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? Because you're
Yeah.
preventing us from getting what we need. So
I think that's one thing that I always thought she had in common with Joe Biden. Whether you like Joe Biden or not, I personally thought he was one of our better presidents we've had for the economy and trying to turn things around and bringing production back to the U.S. He's one of the few with the CHIPS Act and our infrastructure. The only president since the World War II to get infrastructure on the agenda and get it passed. But both of them cared for the common average family. And you could feel that. Like anytime they got around families with children, you could just feel that energy around them, that they cared for the families. I think you're right. I think she's going to be talking pretty soon. The details of the manipulations and everything, she sees the truth coming out about this whole network, this whole regime. And she's hoping as this is like it's galloping forward. This is fire horse energy, right? That's fire horse. We just had our fire horse Chinese New Year, isolating this leader and then bringing it back together in the government, rebuilding it. Bionic man, bigger, badder, better, stronger, like it can be done better. So the problem is, people passing judgment on how they're suffering and how they're depending on others to give them handouts and things. She does think that it will bring strength to the Dem vote. So whether that's in the midterms or in 2028.
But based on my reading, it was the sun, the house, the heart, the fish, the mountain. She's hoping that when they get the majority, that they actually do something, because there's a sense of disappointment and regret that every time the Dems have the majority, they don't do jack shit. They don't fight for it. And there's three men in specific that she's side-eyeing. And
they had since the 1970s to codify Roe v. Wade. They had since the 1970s and didn't do anything about it. So she's right. We have many things. They can reverse Citizens United. They could quit taking money from AIPAC. There's a lot. Get the money out of politics and tax the damn billionaires.
Yep, and and you only see a handful of Dems that are on board with that. The rest of them are too happy taking corporate money and just saying we're just going to keep quiet and sit over here. We can't have those things, but let's give our money to a foreign country so they can have those things. And I think she understands that frustration from regular working class and middle class Americans, that it's just like, I am doing so much that I can barely keep it together, and so where's my tax bailout? And sorry, but it's not there because we're too busy giving it to the people that don't need it.
What's interesting is like there have been different economists speculating on like if they jailed the Epstein class, right, all these billionaires and stuff, would our economy like falter by putting so many of these companies owners of the companies under jail time? And I don't think so. I think everybody's replaceable. I think other leadership would step forward to run the companies, or we would have new innovations to bring in, new. So I don't think it would, our economy would probably get better. And if we taxed our billionaires, our economy would definitely get better.
And if we regulated the crap out of capitalism the way that the Norwegian countries do, thank you, Judy, that the way that the Norwegian countries do, we wouldn't have this insane wealth inequality in this country that's been ongoing since Reagan and his bullshit trickle-down economics.
We haven't seen the wealth gap like this since the robber barons, and that gave birth to labor unions, which they'd like to do away with now. So we just have to keep fighting and be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem.
Yep.
We're still in a partial government shutdown, but we got the stupid SAVE Act going to the Senate. I've heard Mitch McConnell doesn't want to bring it to the floor to vote. Will the SAVE Act pass the Senate? Will the SAVE Act, this is the Voting Regulation Act where they want us all to have passports to vote, which is a big deal to women whose names have changed as they got married.
Does it affect the vice president? Because last I checked, that SOB changed his name 3 million times.
That's right.
So can Maybelline Eyeliner Couchfucker vote too? Or does he have to show 10,000 ID?
I was doing a personal reading yesterday, and I told her, I said, I'm going to shout out your comment, Betty Boots, tomorrow night. She said, thanks to JD Vance, I've learned how to put on my eyeliner finally. I'm doing better at putting my eyeliner on.
He is such a pathetic pick-me. Such a pathetic pick-me that it's just like I get secondhand embarrassment from watching that guy.
He's just as gross as Trump. Him and Mike Johnson. Ugh. Give me the willies. It's like I don't want to know what goes on behind closed doors with those men. I just don't even want to know. The hypocrisy. SAVE Act in the Senate. Yay or nay?
I still don't have a real ID.
I don't either. I know I need to get one, but
I had to get one because I flew to Oregon, last October, and I had lost my birth certificate, so I had to get duplicate birth certificates to get my real ID.
But it's a poll tax is what they're trying to do. They're trying to disenfranchise voters, especially women.
Yeah.
I get women, a woman, the garden, and the fish, an abundance of women in society. I'm saying no, dead on arrival.
Yeah.
I never changed my name when I got married, because first of all, I'm your wife, not your property. Second of all, your last name is kind of ugly. So no, so I kept my last name, but that would disenfranchise married women.
Yeah.
Disproportionately. And like I said, these idiots want trad wives. They can't afford trad wives. The people that support them, that eat the crap that they're selling, don't recognize that you cannot afford a trad wife. You can't afford it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Becca. Doesn't Trump have a a case going to the Supreme Court about birthright citizenship.
Yep.
It's like, well, why do we have to prove our birthright if you're going to just take it away from us anyway?
So does that mean that your Einstein visa hoe of a wife, prostitute, Slovenian prostitute, she gets deported too? You know, I mean, get the F out of here with that crap.
Take our president's
Your
birthright
kid-
away.
Your kid, his kid, Barron, actually all of his children, birthright citizenship. Because that's what Republicans like to call anchor babies. And I know this because that's what they used to call me, you know.
What you get, Nona? Say back yay or nay.
I think they're gonna, it's considered, but it looks like they're walking away. This is the 8 of Cups. From this agreement, or what they believe they can sort of strong arm you into agreeing. That's the Lover's card. And the Hermit. So kind of holding on to it for later.
So like we're open to this suggestion, but you need to do it a little bit differently.
Yeah, needs to be edited.
Because what they forget is how many white women voted for them in the GOP. You know, they forget that. It's like, yeah, go ahead and disenfranchise them. I get like the women, you know, trying to block this and surprising them by attacking them for trying to do this. So it's the female energy around this. I get they're waiting, slow walking this. I don't want to do it. May have to return to it later, and then later it gets all blown up. So it's going to get rewritten somehow. They may have some kind of voter ID or something, but it won't be like you have to spend $150 on a passport.
That not a lot of people can afford.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it honest. And to your point further, after they passed it, then they thought, well, let's go look at the demographics. Oh shit, our constituents don't travel. They don't have passports. They can't afford a copy of their birth certificate. Yeah, and then they're like, oh, maybe this was a bad idea. You know, it's like, do you think someone from Arkansas is really thinking about going on a trip to Europe and seeing how the rest of the world lives? No. You know.
So you think this is about containment, just keeping people contained?
Yeah.
I think so too. That's why I don't have a real ID. Like, F you. By the time I get all that stuff and pay for it, I'll just pay whatever fee they require and show you the ID I got right now.
It's just stupid.
Just to get a duplicate birth certificate, which most people don't have their birth certificate still.
I had to get a duplicate of mine. It was $50, and I did that like 7-8 years ago. It was $50.
Yeah.
How many people?
I just did it last year, and it was like $65 to get it. Well, I did pay for rushing it to me because I needed to get the real ID to fly to Oregon. I was like, oh crap, I can't find my birth certificate. I thought I had it and I didn't.
And considering how everybody's, and it's not just groceries, the cost of utilities has gone through the roof. Insurance has gone through the roof for a bunch of these people. You know, everything is way more expensive today than it was a year ago. Okay, so you mean to tell me somebody's going to somehow fork up $50, $60, $70 to get a birth certificate so that they can go stand in line and get harassed by ICE agents to go vote? You know, it's not. And also, based on the 24th Amendment, if you're going to require people to do that to vote, then you need to pay them to do that to vote.
The whole problem, like if you have a birth certificate that shows your birth name, but your driver's license doesn't, your passport probably doesn't, because that's probably in a married name. So ballot showing a marriage license or something where your name changed.
Now, the amount of the amount what they're doing is creating more obstacles to keep people from voting.
Yep.
Thinking that it's only going to target the opposition, without realizing the impact it has on them. You know,
in their minds, when people get out and vote in droves, it helps the Dems. But what they're also doing is killing their vote at the same time, and they're just too stupid
Well,
to
look
see
at
it.
what they did in Texas, Jenny. They redistricted all that stuff using old numbers, and now it's coming back to bite them in the butt. Now they're scared that they're going to lose Texas and make it all blue because the way that they redistricted and going off of old census numbers when people before they realized we got conned. So by all means, go ahead.
Let's have a little fun with this. What takes Trump down first? Like what takes him out of office?
Death.
What takes him out of office?
I like that question.
Impeachment, 24th Amendment, death. Thank you, Gloria. I've missed a bunch of super chats. Thank you, guys. My plumber thanks you.
Girl,
My electrician thanks you. My asbestos tester thanks you.
this one fell into my lap, so I'm going to run with this.
What is it?
The 10 of Swords.
Oh, that's a death card for me.
That's death, girl. That's cruelty is the name of the card. You see that?
May it be live on television is all I'm going to say.
Out all day. Jars of Nutella. Do I have to go through? Just
Did you all see that unhinged shit show of Kid Rock and JFK or RFK Jr.?
no.
RFK Jr. in his jeans getting into the cold plunge.
They did a workout video with our taxpayer money. Kid Rock looking like a meth head and RFK Jr. looking like a retired porn star. Okay. Walking in a sauna. Jen, I don't know why, but I don't know if you saw the clip of Kid Rock. He was on the stationary bike, the one that goes like this. Now, why does he look like fucking Fred Flintstone? He looks like Fred Flintstone
Pedaling.
the way I fell out. I was like, are you kidding me?
And I didn't even know that existed.
Oh,
And
you don't want to see it. I needed bleach for my
If you
eyeballs
did.
afterwards. I needed bleach for my eyeballs. Oh, no.
Two old men going around shirtless, toxic masculinity at its best. I'm sorry, I can't look at Kid Rock without seeing
liver.
I see a meth head. I see a washed up has-been meth head.
stringy haired, where he thinks underage girls should be mandatory, statutory should be mandatory, kind of thing. It's like, he's gross.
So
He's a pedophile.
And the only reason I brought that up is because I get it's his health. And I get the bouquet, the tree, and the dog. Clearly, this is not his doctor. But I really, really hope I really, really hope that he's not listening to his physicians and is taking all his medical advice from RFK Jr. By all means, drink all that unpasteurized milk. Please, bathe in it, swim in it, drink your own urine while you're at it, because that does wonders. So I get it's his health. And I hope that RFK Jr. adds to it, like, oh, you should take this, blah, 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 blah. So that's the only reason I brought up RFK Jr.
I think, get some advice from RFK Jr. and Dr. Oz.
Yeah.
So this would be like tests on the leader that are like, chaos, confusion, burden, maybe even getting his family involved to help push him out so they don't have to 25th Amendment him. Like, talk him into, just put him in that home and tell him he's the president, but,
Somebody in the chat said, Barry, Barry the friendly blood clot. Is that what we're calling his blood clot now? Have we named the blood clot Barry? Is that
I'm gonna remember that.
Very short for Barron. By the way, did you guys hear Trump called into C-SPAN?
what?
As,
No.
oh yeah, he called into C-SPAN under his old alias that he used to call into radio shows as John Barron to react to the SCOTUS ruling. But you can hear it is him, crystal clear, like no filter on the phone. He called into C-SPAN as John Barron.
He reverted back to what he used to do when he used to call news stations and talk about how great he was with women and how rich he was.
Right, as John Barron. Again, using that pseudonym, John Barron, same pseudonym. I mean, insane that he would do that because it's public knowledge that he used the name John Barron. Insane that he would do that and then sit there and talk about how bad the SCOTUS ruling was and everything. It is like how that person that he's talking to didn't call him out on it. Like, Mr. President, I know it's you, you know.
I know.
Maybe
they did.
He would stick the FEC on him or something. You know what I mean? Like the media, the failures of the media is unprecedented right now. It's like, and that's what you get when you get corporate media, you know, but I can't believe he did that, Jen.
Yeah. It's on the C-SPAN video. You can see it there. Somebody's saying it's on CNN too. But C-SPAN's one that he called into.
Yeah, I saw it on Aaron Parnas. I watched his shorts. I keep up with him. And it was on there, yeah.
On TikTok, but I didn't see that one. I can't believe he did it again. What a moron. It's
after
like
all these years of us knowing he's John Barron.
He's that, besides the dementia, is he that freaking delusional that he thinks everybody's going to eat up that shit sandwich that he just served up? It's like, no, dude, no. I can't.
It was crazy. So it was not fake. You can clearly tell it's his speech. He's got a very distinctive speech.
For those of you that want some Braxy love, look, there she is. She went to the groomers today. She got a nice little hot pink bandana. She's so fancy right now.
How cute.
Yeah.
So for those that haven't heard, there was another assassination attempt at Mar-a-Lago today, even though Trump was in D.C. How they can call it an assassination attempt when he's not even there.
They did not.
They did. Talk about deflection, right? So was this fake? Was this also fake?
Braxy wants to help me with this one. Was it fake, Braxy? You're going to help me?
Is it another fake to distract?
Was it a fake assassination attempt?
They said they shot and killed the guy, unalived the guy.
I want to see the body.
No name yet because they're notifying the family.
Mm-hmm. These kind of flood you to distract you. We don't know shit about anything about this.
Oh, the one guy that had the last assassination attempt in him in Pennsylvania. Yeah. Don't even know his name. He was on the news for like a day or two. On to the next thing.
Yeah. So was this another fake?
Braxy.
Or was there someone really Secret Service found?
Braxy, here. Help me read. Which ones do you want? Okay, you pick this one. See? Okay, good girl. Which one's the other one? Oh, this one? Okay. One more. You want this one? Okay, good girl.
I refuse to allow myself to get any of these little things. I want to see a pattern, just like I asked for spirit signs. I want to see a pattern over a couple of days, a few hours, that kind of thing. It was made up. It was completely made up. It was a pile of bullshit. See the owl?
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, look, I'm an owl pointing over there. And the actress, or would be the Empress. Number 3. Yeah, actress.
These are the cards Braxy pulled. The tower, the man, the house. This was orchestrated by an institutional man for an isolated man. That's why it was at the property or the residence. But there was a man behind this. So I don't know if it was Kash Patel that, because I don't know.
He was off to the Olympics spending $750,000 of our taxpayer monies to go to the Olympics.
So whoever's in charge of Secret Service or somebody around him, that's a man. That's the person that put out that news. Was it real? No.
Yeah, it's a talking point. I get the messenger. Illusion.
If anything,
image thing, damage control, trying to make Trump appear strong.
If anything, and I'm going to speak for everybody generally, I don't think we felt sympathy. I think we felt disappointment that he wasn't there.
Oh no. I'm like, wrong shot, wrong house. Come on, move on.
Checking those obituaries daily. Last question, because a lot of people are like concerned he's tearing down the government so much will never return. Is Trump the last president?
Is he what?
The last president. Just
Katie,
to see how the cards. But
Katie Tab, if you're going to hell, honey, I'm driving the bus. Like
Becca's got a tour group going. Anybody wants to join?
And hell is the fun place. Okay, that's the fun place. You don't want to get stuck up in heaven with all the prudes, and the crazies. No, we're going to hell where the party's at. No. Woman bouquet mice. There's a woman that is joyful, happy, beautiful, but it was stolen. So I know the question was, will he be the last president? This is no. This is a no. So don't let that bullshit or the people in the media tell you America isn't ready for a female president. We were ready and it got stolen, but he's not the last one. He's not.
Or that the dictatorship will take hold whether Trump's in there or not.
No, there's a woman coming.
Yeah.
I get it's the last Republican president for a while that we're changing to Dems. Like the Republicans and their regimes done. They burden the economy enough, done for a while. So I think we're looking at several terms of like at least 3 is what I'm getting of Democratic presidents. And bringing the truth out. There's a woman who is not finished in our government.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if she doesn't run, I'd be shocked.
What do you got, Nona?
I got evolution. So it's like a smokescreen. I think they want you to believe that.
They want you to be in fear.
Yeah.
Right. And I think there will be some people who think that is the last. There he is, cremated in a jar. Right. Some people want to believe that, and they're going to hold on to that he's the last one.
Maybe the last pedophile president.
Yeah, right. And then the soldier of air. So a new idea, a new person. And this is would be like the Queen of Cups.
I have one final question, Jenny, if it's okay with you.
Sure.
So last time we were on Johnny's channel, can't remember if it was last week or the previous time we were on his channel previously. He was saying that, I forget who he mentioned. I don't know if it was a political pundit or what, that said the next person that comes in needs to prosecute everybody in this there's no more skirting the issue. There's no more, oh, we're going to look forward and we're going to heal and we're going to pretend none of this we are way past that. They have shifted the overton window so much that the Dems that are currently in Washington right now are the equivalent of Reagan Republicans. That's how far they have gone off the cliff. Okay. So we
have to hold them accountable for the first time.
And not none of this Merrick Garland bullshit that I'm going to sit here on my ass for 2 years before I even think. Are we going to actually see the next attorneys general
Hold these criminals to account?
President, because the Justice Department and the executive are completely separate, unlike Trump that's turned it into his personal law firm. Okay, but will the next attorney general actually
hold people accountable? First thing they're going to have to do is rehire a bunch of people. They got to rebuild the Justice Department because so many have left.
Oh yeah. Well, just recently, how many quit in protest?
Yeah.
Over 1,000, I think it was.
Yeah,
well,
they're done. So they got to rebuild,
I mean,
all of our agencies, FDA, everything,
How are they running the Justice Department? By some call center in India? Like, I'm curious because everybody's quit.
Yeah.
You know? So, will there
FBI, everything's got to be rebuilt.
So, will the next AG actually? None of this Merrick Garland justice delayed, justice denied bullshit. Like, will people actually be held accountable?
Like, hope they had a good time while they were there because they all need to be in jail. Stuff there. I get a big yes. To protect our country as well as our alliances and everything, completion of justice and judgment, returning to it, working out all the details because people are dissatisfied with what's gone on in the past. So it's going to take a lot of collaboration, a lot of working together. That's a big yes card for me. And might take like up to a year to see a lot of the charges, but there's betrayal, there's treason, there's things they blocked,
embezzlement, corruption, every felony you can think of, it's there.
The oligarchs, everything, like the money trail, everything. So all of the above. It may take a while to rebuild the Justice Department to get to where they can get all the evidence. I mean, the evidence is kind of in plain sight. It's the money trail to me.
Yeah. What did you get, Ona?
It seems like resources are the problem. I have, surprisingly, the Knight of Cups, so some singing the song, and the Page of Air, or Page of Swords. So it looks like she will probably promise that at least say that, okay? But there's going to be some obstacles. There's the Tower. And then the Justice. So there might be something that she's promising that she can't actually do right now. Collecting resources. She needs to collect some resources. Some are missing. And it's Pentacles, and it takes a long time.
I mean, if you think about it too, like some of the people are like the Peter Thiels and the Elon Musk that have government contracts that are involved in all this crap, who work for Homeland Security and all those things, how do you get information on them and what they've done, like in the elections, So it'll take a while.
And that's the thing that infuriates me the most.
Yeah.
These tech billionaires are where they are because they siphoned that money from us.
Yeah.
And now they want to turn around and make us their goddamn slaves and take away our rights while they're trapsing over there to Jeffrey Epstein's island to go rape children, but you're going to take away our rights?
Yeah.
No.
And we're the ones that are bad people? I don't think so.
Yeah. So I get the bear, the crossroads, the bouquet. Yes. And it's going to come on multiple fronts, not just at the executive level, the person, the boss that's heading up that department, but there's going to be more than one department that's going to go after them. So I don't know if it's the Justice Department in conjunction with the IRS. I don't know if it's the Justice Department in conjunction with Homeland Security. I don't know, but it's more than one department that goes after this, whether it's financial crimes, financial bribery, embezzlement, extortion, fraud, whatever it is. A lot of it is financial in scope, but I think that people will be pleased and happy with
one of the first things they'll need to do is get our inspector generals back, because we don't have all those inspector generals anymore. Thank you, Rose.
And here's the stupidity of Trump. I swear to God, he thinks like a 1-year-old. If I cover it up with my finger, nobody will see it. You don't think that there's transactions? You can delete tapar el sol con un dedo, like this, cover the sun with one finger. You think because you decide you're not going to release reports or destroy evidence that it just poof, gone? You can still go to the bank and subpoena them.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like,
you can rebuild it from scratch.
He's the stupidest moron that has ever walked the face of the planet. Seriously. But I get a yes. I think the next administration, like Johnny was saying, that pundit was saying, this era of healing the soul of the country, you ain't going to heal shit until you hold these people accountable, every last one of them, or we're just going to end up here again in another 4 years. So, yeah.
And not only heal, but to stop someone from doing the same thing again.
And here's the thing also, Jen, how are we supposed to, us regular people, how are we supposed to have any faith in our system of justice when every day it's being proven over and over and over and over again? We have one set of rules for us. Those people, they can do whatever they want, and absolutely no consequences. None. Oh, you want to go embezzle $10 billion from the American people? Okay, see you next Tuesday. You want to go rape children? Sounds fun. I guess I'll meet you in the group chat next week. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, you be a black man trying to sell a cigarette on a street corner and see how well you get tickets to the park. So just saying.
Well, thank you again to almost 2,500 joined us tonight. Big thank you to Abigail, Lucky Girl, Torp, SW, Azalea, Rose, Cindy, Wordsmither, Crazy Cat Lady, Patty, Rhonda, Judy, Gloria, Lala, Rose again, and everybody for super chats. We are on Becca's channel, House of Lenormand, next week. Johnny should be back from Oklahoma. We were with him. He was in the airport. We were with him in the pre-show. He was chit-chatting with us, getting ready to board a plane. So we'll be all back together next week. And hopefully I get good news on the asbestos testing, angel energy around that.
And hopefully there will be no more cringe-worthy, throw up in your mouth, bleach-worthy videos from the crackhead and the meth head. I can't believe that man went on television, Jen, and said, I used to snort cocaine off of toilet seats. It's like, oh.
I'm not afraid of a germ.
Mr. Brainworm.
But tell me how Tylenol causes autism. Please, not the heroin and the cocaine. No.
How am I supposed to respect him? He was sniffing crack off a toilet seat. Got it. He's got He picks up roadkill and eats it. Got it. He had a brain worm. Got it. He's a former heroin addict, but I'm supposed to respect him. Why?
He had a whole whale head on the roof of his car, Jen.
Health and Human Services. Health and Human Services.
I hope they put that sucker up on all sorts of crimes when this is said and done, because I'm sure he's in there embezzling all sorts of money, but the disservice he has done to public health, look no further than Texas and South Carolina with all these measles outbreaks. It's
Just wait till your baby gets polio, okay?
Yeah.
Just wait till your baby gets polio. Then
We
you
can
can
just- Let me just say, I'm glad I dressed up as RFK Jr. for Halloween this past year in 2025, because I would not want to have to sniff off of a toilet seat from a part of my costume.
oh my God.
Toilet seat around my neck.
I can't believe the filter in his head was that broken to where he's like, I'm going to admit this during an interview. I snorted cocaine off of
Off a
toilets.
toilet seat. Men's room or women's room? Come on, tell us
my
about it.
God. I can't. We died and this is hell.
You know, make America smart again, please.
Yeah.
I mean, please.
You know, please.
And like Ona was saying, same girl with the polio. I'm in the same boat. I'm like, okay, when's polio coming back?
It will.
I know with these people, it will.
People are refusing the BD, the MMR. They're refusing like all vaccines. It'll come back.
Oh,
Yeah, great.
yeah.
Well, Ona, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's great to see you.
We love
Been a
you.
little while. Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next Sunday on Becca's channel, House of Lenormand.
Don't watch any cringy videos that you're going to need eye bleach for, please. And if
Well,
you,
we got the State of the Union, so that's cringeworthy. But
I mean,
yeah, they're boycott it. Watch Midas Touch, and then watch the highlights later. Somebody will post
I'll
highlights.
watch the highlights and the memes on TikTok. I'm not tuning into that mess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not. No.
Night, everybody.